Good morning, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and get ready for reading. So we're sitting crisscross applesauce in our squares. Make sure your hands are on your lap. Your eyes are on the screen. You have your listening ears. Take a deep breath in and out. Okay, let's get started. Make inferences. Today, we will make inferences using evidence from the text and pictures. So today you are going to listen to a story being read to you, and you're going to make an inference using pictures to help support you on making your inference. And we're going to talk about what that inference is, okay? But before we go into finding out what you're going to do with your read out loud today, let's look at some vocabulary words. So let's go ahead and look at our first word, mission. A mission is something you do to take action. This picture card shows a mission being taken place. Can you guess their mission? That's right, to put out that fire. The firefighter's mission is to put the fire out. So a mission is to take action to solve a problem. And here's that word, problem. Looking at this picture card, we see a dog has a problem. His problem is he can't reach the ball and he needs to use it to play with. You have sometimes shared or have encountered problems of your own. You even wrote about a problem and how you solved that problem with someone's help. Problem. Spectacular. So that word with me, spectacular. Something spectacular is something that might take your breath away because it's beautiful and amazing to see. This picture shows us a waterfall that looks spectacular. Direction, say direction. Direction is a path that you choose to follow, and you can go forward, backward, to the left, to the right. And a direction is something you walk along. So say direction. Break. A break is like your Go Noodle break. It gives you a time to take a breath, to drink some water, go to the bathroom, give your brain a little break before you start something new. Say landed. Landed here shows us a picture landing. That means it's come down from the sky to the ground. Landed. So I shared with you that today we're going to be making inferences using evidence from the text and pictures. What is inference? When you make inferences, you're using clues to make a smart guess. So making a smart guess with the book that we read today, you're going to see some words being read to you, and you're going to see some pictures as we read along. Using those pictures and hearing me read you this book, you're going to make a good guess, a smart guess that the author doesn't really tell you. You're using the clues in the pictures and the words that I read to make that inference. So look at this picture here. Clues from the text and pictures, plus clues from what you already know, and you can make an inference. Okay, so think about maybe Miss Lane walking into the classroom and she has a blanket covering her body. She has a wet towel on her head and she's sloped, kind of walking like an old grandma coming in. Her eyes look dark, and I kind of do a slight little cough. Do you know what's wrong with Miss Lane? Can you make an inference? I'm sick. You saw clues by reading my body, by seeing that blanket over, by looking at my eyes, by listening to my cough. And you know, hey, I've seen someone behave this way, or I've behaved like this before, and you're making an inference using all those clues to guess Miss Lane is sick. So today when we read our book, you're going to use those pictures and hear those words being read to you to make a great, smart inference. So let's get to our book. Today, you may use your My Book on page 14 to follow along with Miss Lane. And we're going to read Sam and Dave Dig a Big Hole by Mac Burnell. You may grab your book, or at the same time, if it's easier, you can just follow along with Miss Lane. So whatever your sub would like for you to do, you can listen to Miss Lane and show you the book with you, or you can follow along. If you're going to follow along, you may grab your book now. If you're going to listen, go ahead and make sure you're sitting crisscross applesauce and hands on lap. So let's begin. Sam and Dave Dig a Hole by Mac Barnett. Illustrated by John Klassen. On Monday, Sam and Dave dug a hole. When should we stop digging? Asked Sam. We are on a mission, said Dave. We won't stop digging until we find something spectacular. The hole got so deep that their heads were underground, but they still had not found anything spectacular. We need to keep digging, said Dave. So they kept digging. They took a break. Dave drank chocolate milk out of a canteen. Sam ate animal crackers he had wrapped in their grandmother's kerchief. Maybe, said Dave. The problem is that we are digging straight down. Yes, said Sam. That could be the problem. I think we should dig in another direction, said Dave. Yes, said Sam. That is a good idea. I have a new idea, said Dave. Let's split up. Really, said Sam. Just for a little while, said Dave. It'll help our chances. So Dave went one way and Sam went another. But they did not find anything spectacular. Maybe we should go back to digging straight down, said Dave. Yes, said Sam. That is a good idea. Sam and Dave ran out of chocolate milk, but they kept digging. They shared the last animal cookie, but they kept digging. After a while, Sam sat down. Dave, he said, I am tired. I cannot dig anymore. I am too tired too, said Dave. We should take a rest. Sam and Dave fell asleep. Then Sam and Dave were falling. Sam and Dave fell down, down, until they landed in the soft dirt. Well, said Sam. Well, said Dave, that was pretty spectacular. And they went inside for chocolate milk and animal cookies. So let's make an inference of today's Read Out Loud. How can you tell the boys are good friends? Using a sentence stem, I can tell the boys are good friends because, so remember, we are making an inference. We heard this story read by Miss Lena. We're using clues from the book to help us make this inference. So I'm gonna ask the question again. Thinking chins. How can you tell the boys are good friends? When you have your answer of how you can tell the boys are good friends, put your hands on your head. But wait, I already see some hands on the head. If your hands are on your head, you can tell the boys are good friends using the text evidence. So I should hear, I know the boys, I can tell the boys are good friends because in the story I saw, or in the story I heard. I want you to think about the story we read when you are sharing with your friends. How do you know the boys are good friends? What did you hear Miss Lane read to you? What did you see Miss Lane read to you? So think for a second. How can you tell that boys are good friends? When you have your sentence, hands on head, and you're going to share with the person closest to you, your shoulder partner. I can tell the boys are good friends because. So when all hands are on head, Miss Kinnerly will tell you to turn to share with your friends. I can tell the boys are good friends because. When you're done sharing, I want to see those best thumbs up to show Miss Kinnerly that you can rock and roll to get the work done. After you're done sharing, show the thumbs up. Good job, boys and girls. Remember to share. I can tell the boys are good friends because. See you all soon.